In this video, we'll be demonstrating how that PolyTuff sand slurry was used to change the slope from 3/4 of an inch negative slope to 1 1/4 inch positive slope to drain using the PolyTuff P-Tuff Classic sand slurry. The project is the 22nd Avenue at Pearl Street, the Club in Austin, Texas. The upper level deck had been poured 3/4 of an inch negative slope. Consequently, leaks were found along the flashing areas. PolyTuff was used to correct the negative slope, create a positive slope, and waterproof the deck, all in one application. The intention of the deck was to drain out underneath the wall along the outside edge. However, since the deck had been poured in a negative slope, the water collected along the flashing areas along the wall and consequently leaked into the building. Here you can see the deck as it was poured before the application of the PolyTuff sand slurry system, which both waterproofed the deck, changed the slope of the deck from negative to positive, and created a decorative finish. You can see how tightly the deck was poured up against the thresholds so that 3/4 negative slope would result in water pouring in the building. The P-Tuff Classic Sand Slurry is a waterproof coating mixed with sand and water that allows it to be screeded in place or troweled in place at any thickness in one application. The viscosity can be changed to adapt to the slope of the deck, similar to concrete. This material is created in the field according to the slump as necessary. In this case, you see the contractor has dumped out about what we would call a 6-inch slump, and he is screeding it out onto the deck. Material flows very evenly. As you can see in the video, a T-bar is used as a screed. A screw is put in at the top right-hand corner up along the flashing, about 1 1/4 inches, in order to create the slope to drain. Here we see the contractor screeding the material out in place. The material on the up against the flashing is about 1 1/4 inches thick and remains in place. The sand slurry mix of each batch may be designed to accommodate a wide range of slumps, so that each mix can be field created to correct the particular and immediate problem at hand without changing the integrity of the coating within reason. Thus, one field mix may be made to adapt to slight changes in slope or a correction in the dip of a concrete deck, and another tighter mix may be needed to create a drastic change in slope in the deck. After the material is thumbprint tacky in about 45 minutes, a sand broadcast is broadcasted on top of the sand slurry, leaving the sand adhered to the top of the sand slurry. Afterwards, the sand is removed by blowing the sand off, and then what you have left is an even broadcast of sand and sand dispersion across the deck. Therefore, a decorative top coat can be completed, like the Top Shield EST by PolyTuff. Here we're looking at the finished deck now, and you can see how sloped the drain was created, and a decorative finish was applied to the deck coating system. Thus, you have a waterproof deck and a decorative finish, along with slope to drain, created. This was all completed in one day. Thus, the PolyTuff Deck Coating system allows itself to be made very useful in apartment renovation and condo renovation work. The PolyTuff system is also used out in the field where actual conditions require that slope to drain be created. Here we see a picture of crickets being created in a large balcony roof area. The slope to drain is created by creating a high spot in the middle and then feather edging down towards the drain. It is not uncommon to find that an owner decides to turn his useless flat roof into a spectacular living space. When this occurs, the PolyTuff approved contractor will need to create what is commonly called as crickets in the field, so that the water will drain off the deck. The PolyTuff system allows for the flexibility to deal with a wide range of conditions in the field and the know-how of how to correct them. You can see here in this picture how that PolyTuff was used to create slope to drain in all the potential low spots of this deck. This is done before the final application of the sand slurry system over the entire deck. Now, standing back looking at the scupper, you can see that the low spots have been filled and all the slope is created to the scupper so that the water will drain off the roof. Whatever your need, PolyTuff Systems has a decorative, fast curing solution that is not only incredibly beautiful, but also provides a waterproof roof and deck for recreation and luxury outdoor living.